All right, Charlie Vann here with Nathaniel McIntyre. How are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just chilling during these times, I guess you could say. How's
Yeah,
things going through? You're in New York, right?
yeah. I'm in New York where it's super bad, especially with the whole COVID. So I'm just basically staying inside all day, every day.
How have you been like passing the time right now during? I guess we're still technically quarantined.
Um, I mean, I've been playing video games, watching movies. Actually, I've been going out a little bit. Trying to stay active and stuff. So I've been going on bike rides and playing a little basketball here and there.
So you talked about video games. What games right now are you playing? And what's your all-time favorite video game?
Okay, so I think so the new 2K21 is coming out, so I'm excited about that. I really want to play it, but I've been playing 2K20 a lot. I've been working on my player and playing my career and stuff like that. I play a lot of Fortnite, Call of Duty games like that. I play on Xbox, by the way. I'm an
Oh,
Xbox
you're an
man.
Xbox guy. Yeah,
I
same
don't I
here.
don't play PS4. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool, cool.
You have the
I
was it
personally,
Xbox One?
yeah, I got the Xbox One. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like PS4 that much. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of just a lot of different games, and I've been trying new games too that that could be fun.
What's a game that you like over and over again that you could play all day? Because there's some games like I haven't played the new Red Dead. I don't know if have you played the new Red Dead Redemption? I
Oh,
hear it's like
actually, I
60
started
hours.
playing it. Yeah, it's long. It's super long. Yeah, I started playing that with my brother because I think there's like a co-player mode.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
I think it's. I
So,
think you're right on that. There is a co-player. It's a little bit different from Red Dead, which you're
hmm
just the main guy. But I hear like you
yeah,
spend like half your lifetime playing this game.
yeah,
Six,
yeah.
60
I mean,
hours.
it's super cool though. It's a super cool game. Like, I always like riding on riding on a horse going around and doing like different kind of like missions and quests and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool.
I think one game I just heard BioShock 4 is a possibility. Like they're gonna make BioShock 4. Have you played those BioShock games?
My brother has a PS4 because I think is that a PlayStation limited game?
It's actually at first it came out on Xbox because that's how I got it on the old 360 way back when, and
Oh, okay.
but I think it is on PlayStation. I'm thankfully it's not PlayStation because I would cry because I'd love that franchise. But I'm
Yeah.
just so excited to hear that because that's one where you can do the story, but you don't have to either. Like the whole world of Rapture
Okay.
is so intriguing. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
play it
yeah.
if you haven't yet.
Yeah, I remember playing with my brother on his PS4, but I can't remember playing like by myself on the Xbox. But that's the one like with the little girl and
Yeah,
then
the little
the
girl and the
big like
big
machine.
daddy
Okay,
that
okay,
has the
yeah,
drill.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
And you can
I know
inject
that game.
yourself
Yeah,
with like plasma. You get like super
yeah, yeah,
ability.
yeah.
It's cool. Like, I mean, I think as far as
Yeah, I think it's a cool
story,
game.
it's a lot of fun. It's very engaging.
Yeah,
Well, let's talk about Magic Camp because I just saw this movie. Really enjoyed it.
awesome.
Fun from start
Oh,
to
thank you,
finish.
man.
What's been
Yeah.
the reception so far that you've seen?
I mean, I have a lot of, younger siblings, younger cousins and stuff like that. A lot of family members that are, that have kids and they say they all watch it together. And, I think it's a great family movie, just to watch with your family, watch with your kids or watch with your parents. You know, I think it's just overall really fun. I think it's just a fun movie to watch, especially with your family.
And now this was made 3 years ago, correct?
Yeah, yeah. We filmed this movie 3 years ago.
And was that kind of
I was 14, I think. 14, 13, 14.
I think I'm trying to think of math. Well, it looked like a fun experience. And what was kind of the anticipation after once you were done rapping? I'm sure during this time, I mean, what you're like, I'm just ready for this movie to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, after filming, still super excited, coming off of filming. I'm always super excited and you know, ready to see where it goes and stuff like that. So, having to wait, was kind of a bummer, but I'm just super excited and glad that it came out, now. So I think it was a good time for it to come out with it. Everybody being at home and everybody has a streaming, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, all that. So I think it's a great time to even release the movie for, just a movie for families to watch.
Well, I love the magic trick. I think personally, I think magic's the coolest thing
Yeah,
ever. But
yeah.
like the tricks in this were awesome. How much training did you guys have to do as a cast before even shooting day one?
Well, before we even started filming, we had like a whole month, like a month and a half of us just training, learning different magic tricks. And with each one of our characters, we all do different kinds of magic, as you saw in the movie. So it's like we all kind of did different kinds of training, especially for different kinds of scenes, where we're actually doing the magic. So we would practice and rehearse doing all different types of magic. And especially for me, Theo, he does a lot with the cards. So that was a challenge for me to actually learn, the different card tricks. Franco Pascali was the main magician helping me out with the cardistry and stuff like that. But there was Justin Roman and Chris, who they all helped us out with the magic. So and it was a fun experience too, because actually learning magic, going behind the scenes, learning the magician's secrets. It was actually really cool to be a part of that.
You mentioned a couple of those magicians, and even I saw Justin Willman in the beginning. I think he's one of the
Hmm.
greatest magicians right now.
Yeah,
You
super
look at
cool.
like the card trick Shin Lin on America's Got Talent. Would
Hmm.
you ever like sneak into one of those auditions just for fun and do the card trick from what you know? And how often are you doing
Uh,
magic tricks now or card tricks?
maybe about 3 years ago, I could try, because that's when I was fresh, learning all my magic. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little rusty. It's been a
Hey, well,
minute
there's a
since I
lot of
touched the cards.
downtime now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I were to, go on YouTube, search up a couple tricks, I would be able to, pull something out my bag of tricks.
Did you leave filming with a more appreciation for magic and what they
Oh
kind of
yeah,
do and prepare?
definitely. Definitely, because when you're watching a trick as the audience, you never know how much actual hard work it takes for it to even pull off the trick. There's a lot of sleight of hand and a lot of especially like with like mind reading kind of magic. Like there's a lot that goes into it for you to actually pull off the trick. So I definitely appreciate magic way more than I did before.
Well, let's talk about your character, Theo, who, what I think is so special about this character is, it's someone trying to find their confidence, but has all that
Mhm.
great potential going into Magic Camp, where
Yeah,
a lot of the campers, it's their first time really doing anything with magic, but you
yeah.
kind of already had that spot because between you and your character's, father, but it's just
Hmm.
finding your confidence. How much of Theo do you see in yourself a little bit? And was there ever a moment as an actor, and I know we'll get into your theater background here, where you had to find that confidence?
Well, I feel like for me, I've always been, a confident person. No matter what I did, I always put 110% to whatever I did with full utmost confidence. But you see, with Theo, I kind of had to take that back. I had to take it way back, actually, because, Theo, he doesn't really believe in himself. He only found his confidence when he was with someone he was comfortable with, like his father or eventually Andy. He became so comfortable with Andy, he was able to just do the tricks with ease and have so much confidence with that. But for me personally, you know, it was doing, finding how to act as Theo or how to become Theo. I definitely had to take a sharp turn and try to figure out how to, not be so confident in a way.
You mentioned Andy, and I thought the story is also about him as well, where, with
Yeah, yeah,
yours,
yeah,
it's confidence. With him, it's finding his redemption. He had that
yeah,
opportunity. I don't want to spoil too much, but like had
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
opportunity that never happened really for him. And usually,
Hmm.
and Magic Camp is his way to redeem. Let's talk about those scenes, even with Adam Devane. It seems like you guys had a lot of fun, and he
Yeah.
seems like such an outgoing guy. How did you keep a straight face? And some of those emotional moments, he still seemed.
Yeah, Adam Devine is a super like goofy, fun person. Like just how you see him as kind of Andy, he's just like that. He's a super goofy person. So filming scenes with him where it was super fun. In between takes, we'd always be goofing off and having a laugh. Like I remember a moment where we were filming and something like he had the magic, the golden wand
Yeah.
in his hand, and I remember him accidentally clocking himself, and it was just, to me, it was just the funniest thing. I don't know. It was the funniest thing. I couldn't hold back my laughter.
There's also pranks in the movie. Like were there offset pranks like or like behind the scenes pranks going on
Um,
too?
Let me think of. I'm trying to. It was so long ago. I'm trying to think of some memories. Oh, when we finished wrapping the movie, our final scene. Our final scene was the scene with the whole where Andy was trying to help Theo get his confidence back. Where they were throwing things at him, and the scene where he's doing his cards. I remember that was our last scene, and we had extra silly string. So we went to the director and the magic guys, and we were spraying, all the silly string and stuff like that. That was a really fun moment. I guess you could say that was a prank.
What was the most challenging scene for your character, do you feel?
One of the most challenging scenes for me, definitely the final scene, or the final performance. I think was one of the more trickier scenes for me because with that scene, besides the magic, having to learn the routine and all the magic tricks for that scene, but um, just the emotional side of the scene. I feel like that was a very emotional scene. The scene with Theo and his mom. He's this is the in this moment of the movie, he's showing his mom that he appreciates him, or he appreciates her, and that he that this is then where he realized that his mom really does care for
Mhm.
what he does, and cares that he loves magic and that she loves him seeing, or
Mhm.
she that he that oh wait, hold up, that she wait, I just I
I can
just
tell you
lost
it was a great scene.
it.
I got choked
Yeah,
up a little bit during
I think
that.
it was just hard, balancing the magic part
Yeah.
and having the emotional side of it as well. Yeah.
Can we see that yoga camp sequel? The mom, yeah. Magic at yoga camp. There, I'm pitching
Magic
it.
at yoga.
Disney, yeah, Magic at yoga camp. But yeah, you guys seem like you had a really good time, and I know recently you just reunited with some of your castmates on Zoom.
Hmm.
Talk about
Yeah.
that and how are these lifelong friendships?
Yeah, these guys are super cool. We had a great time filming the movie, and that did not change. We always had fun off and on set, and we still are, in touch to this day. And it was great seeing them on the Zoom call. It's super fun just seeing people that you haven't seen in a long time.
Now you just also did David Bates' Man on Oprah Winfrey
Yeah.
Network. Talk about that
Uh,
experience, and you also mentioned in an interview back in September, I believe it was, about how you kind of
mhm,
like to get in the role, like get in the shoes of your character. Is that
mhm.
something you do with every single character? And which character have you played that you feel resonates the most with you?
Yeah. Going into my character is definitely one of the things I always try to do when I'm acting, just because I want to be able to, especially, yeah, I want to be able to, really embody the character. I like to put myself in the mindset of what happened before this scene, what's going to happen after this scene, and I just like to just really put myself in that situation to, have the best, performance on the screen. So I feel like, what character resonates with me? I think I like Seren. I think Seren resonates with me a lot just because in the way with my character Seren and David Makes a Man, he thinks of others before he thinks of himself, and I think that's something I do a lot. I like to think of others before I put myself,
Mhm.
but I don't like putting myself before others. And
Mhm.
I think me and Seren resonate in that way. But I also know when to leave my character. I jump into my character when I have to, and I leave my character and leave him right there just like that because I don't want to, keep constantly thinking about my character and stuff like that.
So you definitely don't try to always stay in that kind of method role. You see some
Yeah,
where you hear some stories where they're the role outside of the film for months
yeah,
and weeks. But
yeah. No,
which there's some
especially
characters
with
out there like the Joker or something like that. Any character where it's
yeah.
just like
I mean,
you can leave
some
that.
characters I feel like you may need to stay in that character. There are some characters I feel that maybe you should, or maybe you can, stay in the character just to really embody it. But for me, and with the characters I've played so far, I've always just left them there and came back.
Yeah. You also, I saw you got to meet Oprah. How was that?
Oh, that was like mind blowing for me. Like Oprah, such a successful woman, just a great, role model. I guess, a lot of people look up to Oprah, and for me to be able to meet her was amazing. And she's a super, super kind person, super great person. I remember when I first met her, she came, gave me a huge hug, like one of those hugs where those hugs where you feel the
Yeah.
love. It was one of those hugs. Yeah. So she's a super cool person. It was just great to actually be able to meet her.
When did your first like acting journey begin? Like, how did you get involved with acting?
Um, I got involved with acting. Well, I actually started off as a model
Mm.
first when I was younger. I started off as a model, and I did this thing called IMTA, which is the International Model and Talent Association. And there we competed, we did different kinds of competitions. There was commercial acting, and there was runway stuff, and all different kinds of, categories. And when I competed, I won a lot of the categories, and that's where I found my agent and manager. And shortly after that is when I actually booked Lion King. But
I was about
go
to
ahead.
say, when did Lion King kind of get, and you got to play young Simba? I mean, talk about that experience. And I mean, such a huge,
Yeah,
huge production.
yeah, yeah. I actually started I did the Gazelle tour of the Lion King first for about 2.5, 3 years. What? Oh, what was it not? Oh, sorry. That's my mom here. Was it not? I could have sworn it was a total 3 years. Okay, so it was 3 years. I started when I
Time
was
flies.
yeah. I started when I was 9. I was very young when I started, but that experience was super great for me. It really matured me as a person. It really made me who I am today. It matured me as a person, having to be so professional at a young age. And I just think as an actor, doing Broadway or being, and then and after the tour, I did Broadway for about a year. But, being on Broadway, and just doing theater in general, it really helped me as an actor because, you only have one chance to do something live. And singing and dancing on stage was also super fun, but it really did help me as an actor. You know, it really made me more of a professional, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean that show is, I mean, it is so, it's so cool. And that, I don't think there's another intro out there like opening. I remember seeing it here in
Hmm.
Dallas at Fair Park Music Hall, and just that
Okay.
intro just gives you so much chills. Like,
Oh, I might have. Wait, what? Do you
well,
know what
I
year?
saw it way, 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 way back.
Oh,
Like,
way,
yeah,
way
when I
back.
was,
Oh, okay.
I'm probably middle school or 12 or 13 back then. Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, all the intros are. I mean, that opening sequence is so cool. And
Yeah, I remember actually playing in Dallas by the fair. I remember that
yeah, that I mean,
in
that's
like
such a good
2013, I think.
2000 thing. Yeah, I think I saw
Yeah.
it like 01, 02,
Oh,
2001,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
2002.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's way
yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah. Way back. But I mean, it's still the same experience. And that
Yeah,
place,
yeah, 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 for sure.
just the acoustics in that place is
Oh yeah,
phenomenal. Uh,
for sure, for sure.
would you want to return back to on stage eventually? And do you have a show that you're like, man, if one day I can do that show?
Um, I would definitely give it another opportunity. I had a lot of fun doing theater. I don't think I would do it for as long as I did,
Hmm.
but I would definitely go back. Why not? I really had a great time being on the stage, being in front of a live audience. I think that's always super fun. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going back. I do think I prefer film and television
Hmm.
more though. Because after, not to say that it wasn't a great experience, but after a while, it's kind of, for me at least, it kind of becomes repetitive.
Hmm.
But I always try to make each each time I perform different in some kind of way. I always try to give it something new just for me, so it's not boring in a way for
Hmm.
me anymore. But doing it for such a long time, it can get old in a way, I guess. But yeah, I definitely prefer TV and television because it's always something new.
Well, and I feel too right now, TV, all the shows like you just mentioned, you know, with Magic Camp on Disney Plus, the
Hmm.
shows on there, TV is
Yeah,
at a really strong moment. Of course,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
yeah.
part of that show, David Bates' Man. I mean, that's great.
Hmm. Yeah, 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 definitely. Especially with all the streaming services now, a lot of people are just watching TV and movies constantly just on the streaming app. So I think it has a lot of exposure. Yeah.
And well, we mentioned earlier at the top about video games. I mean, that industry is
Hmm.
continues to boom, but they're almost like we talked about Red Dead. It's almost like a movie, like a mini movie, like a lot of these
Yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah.
Is there a franchise like that you would love to have a role in?
Oh man, honestly, it doesn't even matter. I think that would just be super cool to be a part of a video game. I like anything, so anything like sci-fi or and just anything. Like
Mhm.
I would totally be down to do a voiceover or anything like that for a video game. That would be super awesome, super super awesome.
Well, with kind of right now, everyone's adapting, and you know, there's voiceover in that. How do you feel like with technology and acting? Do you see it a lot of stuff being more of that digital, doing more voice work?
I've done voiceover work before in the past. I was a talking dog trainer. I was Pufferty
Oh,
the
nice.
talking dog train on Nick Jr. Tickety Talk. I don't know if you know that show, but I did that for a while. For about like 3 years, I think I did that voiceover. So I always enjoy doing voiceovers. I always think it's super fun to, match your voice with the character on the screen, and seeing it is also really cool, really funny. But yeah, uh, as we evolve, and technology is getting crazier and crazier, and things like video games are starting to look way more real. Like I
Mhm.
remember watching a video game one time, and I was like, "Is this real?" Like I genuinely thought it was real people. So, you know, who knows where it could go in the future? There might be fully animated movies, like that look realistic. Who knows in the future? And I think that would be cool to voice over things like that as well, because that's like that's new technology. To be a part of new technology would be super awesome.
Well, it's kind of like that movie with Ready Player One in a way, where it's all like a
Oh yeah,
sim
that
world,
was a
and
super cool movie.
well, even
Yeah,
the
I would
VR
love to do
now.
something like that.
VR is huge right now. I mean, there's
Yeah,
even companies using
yeah,
VR.
VR. It really feels like,
Just a whole different
yeah, for
avenue,
sure.
especially for you guys acting. I want to go back to Magic because I remember this scene. You
Uh-huh.
got sprayed by a skunk. The scene where you guys
Oh yeah,
that I mean,
that was a
I've never
super fun
personally
scene.
been sprayed by a skunk, but to me that whole
Uh-huh.
sequence right there, and Andy's just splashing
Yeah,
guys.
that was a super fun. Yeah, that was a super fun scene to film. The whole slow motion with the spray coming. It was like, ah, that was a super fun scene to film. Super fun.
That,
I remember watching it back in slow motion. It was super hilarious.
and also, actually, producer Brian wanted to bring up about the milk.
All the yeah, with the Lucky Charms and the milk comes down splashing. We're just stuck
how
there with the Lucky Charms and the
how long did it take to make that scene?
that was the final scene. That was like the final scene that we shot. So after, it was actually very emotional after
Mhm.
that scene, because it was a wrap. So everybody was actually so sad with Lucky Charms and milk covered all over them, or giving each other's hugs, all sad and stuff from wrapping up. But it was a super fun scene to film, and they added that scene in later,
Mhm.
like later during the filming. So it actually came up as a surprise. I think we found out maybe like the week before that scene was being put in the movie. So we were actually kind of excited. We was like, "Whoa, we're gonna get Lucky Charms dumped on us." We just all thought it was gonna be super fun, which it was. It was a little messy though. It was messy.
Are you a
Yeah, for
cereal
sure.
guy? Do you like cereal, or do you have like a go-to?
Uh, yeah, I think my favorite is either Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Frosted Flakes. One or the other.
Mm.
I definitely like one of the, those are probably my favorite, because I feel like I can eat them without milk. Like I just eat them just to snack on by themselves
Oh yeah.
sometimes, not with the milk. But yeah,
I've heard some people like to use water sometimes. Like some people, I know that's
water,
weird. Yeah.
water in their
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
know how I feel about
yeah.
that.
I've heard a lot of like, yeah,
Water.
just, or that some will put like a certain soda or like muscle milk, do muscle milk and like
Maybe
cookie
like milk, yeah.
crunch. I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
think you just got to go milk. Or I mean, you could do like a milk alternative, like almond or that. But I
Yeah.
don't know. It just,
Water. Never
yeah.
heard of that one.
I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah, I
ran out of
wouldn't. I
milk.
would. Yeah, I
I
don't
would
know
just
if
eat
I'd
it.
try that one.
I would just eat it by hand, just like you said, the Lucky
Yeah, I would
Charms.
rather just have it regular. Yeah, yeah.
Cheerios, you can do that
But
too.
I
I
do
think.
like, I do like Lucky Charms, but I only eat them. I only eat the marshmallows. I
Only the
don't really
marshmallow.
eat
You
the
don't
other
eat
part.
the.
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah. I
like
just eat the marshmallow.
it's kind of like. Do you remember Dunkaroos? I think they're making a comeback.
Dunkaroos.
They were big for us kids in the
Oh, I
'90s.
think I know what Dunkaroos are.
Yeah,
They're like wafers, kind of like vanilla wafers,
and
and you
you
dip it.
stick it in the
Okay, I think.
icing, but I just eat the
Yeah, okay, yeah,
icing.
I know what you mean. Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I've had it for breakfast a couple of times growing up. Not the breakfast
yeah.
of champions, but they're
Just the
good, and they're making a
just the
comeback.
frosting.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay,
making
cool,
a
cool.
comeback. No,
Yeah,
but
I heard of them, but I don't think I've ever had one, so I would definitely be willing to try.
yeah, there's a lot of like '90s nostalgia coming back a little bit.
Yeah, a lot. It's especially with fashion. I think there's a lot of fashion things coming back.
I mean, I don't think any decade kind of goes away. Vinyls are still around.
Yeah.
I think
hmm I
CDs
feel
a
like
little bit.
everything always makes its way back around eventually.
Yeah, I think it's because somebody sees it and they're like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" And they're like, "You know what? Let's tweak this a little bit." Um,
Yeah,
if you could bring
yeah,
anything
yeah.
back from your childhood, what would it be?
If I could bring anything back from my child, I really enjoy like the old kind of consoles. Like I had the Game Boy. I used to play on the Game Boy and the DS like all the
Oh
time,
yeah.
like all the time. Like you couldn't find me without my Game Boy in my hand playing like Teen Titans and like so many different games, like the Power Ranger game. When I was younger,
Oh,
I
Power Rangers.
loved Power Rangers. Power
Sorry
Rangers
if
was
you hear
like
a
my
chihuahua
favorite.
barking. Somebody,
Yeah.
the Amazon guy just dropped it. But yeah, Power Rangers, man.
Oh,
I don't think Power Rangers ever
I
gonna
love
grow
Power
old.
Rangers.
I think they're on like Power Rangers
Yeah.
3000 right now.
Yeah, and they have like Ninja Storm and all different
Oh
kinds
yeah.
of. And I also really enjoy like Marvel, and like Spider-Man has always been like one of my favorite superheroes growing up. So, and to see like the MCU movies now is it's really cool.
Well, Nate, I want to thank you for taking your time here today. And
Thank
finally,
you.
where can people find you?
Uh, you can find me. You can find Magic Camp on Disney Plus. You can watch David Makes Man on HBO Max. It's streaming on HBO Max. And you can follow my Instagram at the Nate McIntyre, and Twitter, the Nate McIntyre. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, Nate. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day. Once
All right.
again, people can check out Magic Camp on Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
yeah, yeah. Check out Magic Camp, Disney Plus. Thank you guys. Thank you.